Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so you now understand what the role of good music is inside of videos. And for that reason, it is now very important that we dive into how we actually find good music. And in the last recording, I told you guys that we're going to be getting into epidemic sound and looking at how we can find good music and how we can basically divide what good music is, filter out, qualify the tracks which we want to use for our videos, and also how we can even choose what good music sounds like for our videos, which is a very objective thing based on the kind of video we're editing. So with this being said, let's go ahead and dive right in. The first thing I want to let you guys know is to find good music, as we mentioned before, and this is just going to conclude everything we mentioned before. What we mentioned before is if we want really, really good music, we need something that sets the presupposition or expectation of the viewer when they watch the video. So you want something that dictates where the video is heading as they're watching the video. So the mood of your kind of music is going to dictate where the video is going to end up, okay? And for that reason, we need some kind of method to filter out good music based on how it feels. We need some kind of method to filter out good music, or the music which we can use for our videos, based on what it's going to dictate. Is it sad? Is it exciting? Is it motivating? And for that reason, I also really like to use epidemic sound, okay? Just mainly because it allows you to filter out by moods, and also it saves you a lot of time, honestly. And this whole thing isn't sponsored or anything, but I just wanted to give you guys a piece of advice that saved me a lot of time, saved me a lot of effort. It is to really invest into epidemic sound because it's really easy. If you guys want to try 7 days, there is an affiliate link down below which you can use, or you can find it in the presets and plugins section if you guys want that. But epidemic sound is really useful because it allows you to filter out based on moods. And it also allows you to filter out based on genres. But it also gives you access to so much copyright-free music, and you never ever have to worry about copyright ever again, which is one of the best things you could do as a video editor. So with this being said, how do we use epidemic sound to find good music? Well, over here, I'm on epidemic sound, as you guys can see real quick. There you go. So this is epidemic sound. This is kind of what it looks like. If you are on the discover page, you're going to get a bunch of tracks popping up. You don't care about this. You just head over to your music tab, and this is where you want to be. So why do we even use epidemic sound? Mainly just because it allows us to filter by moods, so it allows us to dictate where the video is headed. So we can basically, if I want the video to head in a sad direction, I can just go down to your moods here. Then I can go to I can go to sad like this, and I can go and I can find a bunch of tracks. I can filter them out by most popular, so on and so forth. And I can also rest assured, I can keep my peace of mind knowing that all of this stuff is copyright free. So for us, it's really good. Okay. And with this being said, let's go ahead and dive into how we can use it. So the first thing you have to do when you're using epidemic sound, or when trying to decide the kind of music you want to use for your videos, is you have to understand, where do I want my video to be headed? So for this reason, I'm going to be doing the music for this video for the sake of this course, but also in the future course, or in the second one after this one, you guys are going to see me doing the music for the second video which we edit, which is the trial or the final test which we have together. So with this being said, I'm going to quickly watch through this video, and I want you guys to just assume, how do I want this video to be dictated, okay? This is a sample video. Sample video is where I speak and I take a few pauses. Sometimes I might even say important things like this. Other times I'm probably going to say something absolutely useless. All right, to help you guys with this a little bit more, I'm going to ask you a few questions. After watching this video, do you think it is sad? It's not. Do you think it is happy? It's also not. It's not like, it's not something like upbeat or whatever. Do you think it is motivating? It could be, right? Do you think it is educational? That's for sure, definitely. Do you think it is chill? Is it relaxed? Or is it fast-paced? Do you think it is action? Do you think it's like very intense? Or is it laid back? I'm just asking you guys these questions just so that you can kind of start dissecting what the video feels like. And as you ask yourself these questions, you're kind of slowly going to realize, okay, this video isn't sad, so I can put away all the sad music. This video also isn't happy, so I can put away all the happy music. Is this video motivational? Maybe. So I can maybe look at these. Is this video educational? Okay, let me focus on the educational music. All right. Is it more, is it classical, or is it more modern? Is it more modern? Okay, let's focus on the modern music. Choosing music is all about like dissecting it. It's all about asking yourself questions. And the best way to do this is to go through this list of questions. Like, ask yourself, is this music sad? Is the video slow paced? Is it fast paced? Is it engaging? Is it actionable? Is it slow? Is it laid back? What does it feel like? All of these different things help you determine what kind of music you want to use. So for example, if I ask myself, is this video sad? And I answered yes, I'm going to go to sad music. If I ask myself, is this video happy? and I said yes, I'm going to go to upbeat music. If I ask myself, is this video motivational? And I said yes, I'm going to go to motivational music. If I ask myself, is this video laid back? I'm going to look at like lo-fi beats and relaxed music. If I ask myself, is this video more intense? I'm going to look at more intense, suspenseful music. If I ask myself, is this video educational? Is it more, I don't know, whatever terms come to mind, I'm going to look at certain music. And you might be wondering, Joseph, how do we have a list of what music fits for these kinds of emotions? Well, the only way I have this list is because I've tried all these different tracks. So what you guys are going to be doing as editors is I'm going to teach you guys how to choose music for this video, but you guys are also going to be editing your own videos in the future. And throughout Ultimate Editors, you guys are also going to be editing different editing styles. You guys are going to be editing, the Devin Jatho, the Josh Leon, all these different editing styles, Iman Gaji as well. So as you guys are doing these videos, you're going to start to ask yourself these questions. Like, as I'm making them, does this video feel this way or this way? And as you try different music tracks on them, you're going to find out exactly what each emotion is correlated to what kind of tracks. So how do I showcase laid back using music? How do I showcase sad using music? So you guys are slowly going to discover this with experience as video editors. And one of the best things you could do to make this entire process easier is once you know what the emotion of the video is or what the direction that the video is headed in is, it's very useful to have a library of music tracks that fits all these descriptions which you are looking for so that you can automatically apply them. So just like we did with our sound effects, having a library where you could just drag and drop the ones which you are using, you're also going to have a library of music, and this is going to be super, super useful for you. So for that reason, we're slowly going to be building out our library of music throughout these courses. So just as we did with the sound effects, you guys are going to keep going through the rest of the courses. As you do your sound design, you're going to keep adding more sound effects to your sound effect library. You're going to keep having a very big folder full of very good sound effects. Just same thing we're going to be doing with music, right? We're going to just have a library of music, a folder, and we're just going to keep adding music into it. So with this being said, how do we find the right music for this? Well, what I'm going to quickly do is I'm going to slowly build out my library. So I'm going to quickly open up my folders here, and I'm just going to put this wherever, but you guys can obviously designate the place for this. And I'm going to create a folder and just call it music, right? The first folder I'm going to create here is I'm going to create something sad. I'm going to create something happy, and then I'm going to create a few more. So I'm going to create one called like mysterious, right? And then I'm going to create one called modern. Then I'm going to create one called maybe motivational / suspenseful or suspenseful, right? Something like this. And these should do the job for now, and we're going to slowly keep adding. But what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be going through Epidemic Sound and just filtering out the good music, which we can add into all of these folders. So we have a bunch of folders full of a lot of music. So I don't want you guys watching this at home to add the exact same songs I am. Like, if you guys like them, obviously go for it. But I want you guys to do your own research and start kind of adding into these folders, and adding different songs based on how they feel or if they are up to standard with the quality which you guys are looking for inside of your videos. So we're going to be like basically slowly doing this throughout Epidemic Sound. And you don't have to do the exact same tracks I'm doing, but I want you guys to slowly, build out your music library, because this is one of the best assets you can have as video editors. So let's go ahead and dive into it. So this is Epidemic Sound. We obviously don't want to get into genres first. We want to start off with our moods. So let me show you guys a few life hacks. You can either filter out by moods or you can filter out by themes. So if you're editing a certain video, like, hey, I'm editing an ad, you could just go to your ads section and you're going to find a bunch of sections over here that help you do this, right? So you can filter out your music even more. If you're editing a corporate video, you've got corporate sounds over here. If you're editing a cinematic video, you've got cinematic stuff over here. One of the best ones which I have found, and this is the one I use for my videos, if you guys are wondering where I get my music from, is I just go to here and I search up documentary, and you guys will see me do this one more time, like later on in the course. I search up documentary and I go to the hashtag documentary or the documentary theme. Both of these work. So if we go documentary and you go documentary theme here, it also works. Or I just filter out from here and I can just start playing music and seeing if it fits. And we're also going to be doing this. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Let's go ahead and get started with our first folder, right? We've got the sad folder. So I'm going to be doing like maybe 5 soundtracks for each one. So let's say I had a sad video or a cinematic video which was sad. What kind of music would I like to use for it? Or maybe this could even work for my videos, right? All I do is I just get into sad here, and sometimes I like to filter out by popular. Sometimes I like to filter out by low tempo. What does low tempo mean? Low tempo music sounds something like this. It's really slow. It's very melodic. Low tempo music is very good for moments which need a lot of space, moments which need peace, moments which need like a lot of calmness and a lot of very low volume music. Okay, higher tempo music is something a bit more exciting, right? It still fits the sad style. It still fits that kind of sad environment. However, it's a bit more like faster paced. It's a bit more upbeat. It's almost a bit more humorous than the low tempo. The low tempo is really like depressing. The high tempo is a bit more humorous. Then you can, filter out by short tracks and low tracks. So you can filter them out. Usually I just like to go by popular and I just go from there and I give them a listen. And all I do is I literally just imagine a sad video and I'm like, okay, would this sound cool? And that's it. I just start adding, right? So that high tempo, I really liked it. That song that we added, high tempo, this one. This one's really good, so this might be the first one. So I'm just gonna click on download. If you're wondering how I decide if this is a good song, I genuinely just listen to it. And I just go, okay, can this fit a video? And I think it can fit a video. I can imagine a scene with it. So let's go ahead and add it in. Let's click on download. Let's download the full track in MP3 or WAV format if you want, whichever one works. But I'm going to go ahead and download this, and you guys know exactly where I'm going to be putting this. I'm going to go ahead and put this inside of our sad folder. So this is our first sad soundtrack. Let's go ahead and keep going. Let's do it.
You thinking the next hit, holding on to treasures.
That's obviously not something that I would use.
You thinking the next hit.
That's not good. That's pretty interesting. This could be used for a bit of a different scene. Maybe something a bit more cinematic. We could go for that. So let's go ahead and download it. Why not? Let's check these out. I'll maybe get like 3 from here and then I'll filter by most popular and then we'll see what happens. Let's see.
Cause the summer went way.
What the heck is this? Oh. Okay, the fact that it's a beat kind of ruins it, but now let's say you are filtering through. I'm about to teach you guys one other trick. Let's say you're filtering through and you can't really find the best songs. One of the easiest ways to go through the best songs is just go to popular. Just go filter by most popular and then just go from the most popular to the least popular. That's not good. Can't be using this. All right, maybe this one. Let's go with Awakening. Let's go ahead and add this in. We might be able to use it in the future sometime. So let's go ahead and add it into our folder. And then, what the heck is this? Let's go ahead and give this a listen. Yeah, you just want to kind of give them a listen until you find maybe 5. And this is going to be like the last one, let's say. I probably want to be using that. Not that. Maybe not that too. All right, let's give this one a listen. Yeah. So this is a very classical song. It's super good. So I'm going to go ahead and add it in as well. All right, awesome. Now let's say you are filtering through these sad songs and you're like, man, it's like, I want the sad songs, but I also want something specific inside of the sad song. You could go over to your moods and you can even filter them out even more, which is so nice inside of Epidemic Sound. You guys are going to be seeing how I personally use this. You can go for sad songs, and let's say your video needs to feel mysterious. Like, let's say you want to direct your video in a way that feels more mysterious. You could go to moods and filter it out by mysterious like this and give this a shot. Something like this, right? And I'm going to go ahead and download this just for the sake of downloading it. And you can filter them out by moods, by genres, by duration, BPM, which is like how intense the song is, and if you want vocals in it, and so on and so forth. So you guys can filter them out by a lot. Okay, there's a lot of things. And even if you're looking like sad horror music, I'm sure you've got something here, like something like this. Right? You're always going to be able to find so much inside of Epidemic Sound. So before you say there's not good music inside of Epidemic Sound, just give this a listen, give it a shot, and make sure you collect a very good sound library. Now, personally, we're not going to be using sad music much, so let's go ahead and move on to more important things. So the next one we've got is happy music. Happy music, we're probably not going to be using it that much. If we filter it out by moods, what do we have? We've got hopeful. I'm probably not going to make any hopeful videos. Restless, probably not. Laid back, could be one. Dreamy could be one. Romantic, quirky, funny, probably not. Euphoric could be one. Running, relaxing, probably none of these. maybe elegant as well. So those are three that I would probably use. So let's go ahead and check those out. Let's see Laid Back. Let's go ahead and give this a listen. That could be a soundtrack that I could use by all means. So let's go ahead and download it and let's put it inside of our happy folder. So right over here, right? I could use it, I don't know, maybe. Let's give this shot. Maybe let's give a few of them a listen.
Let me trace your love.
No, let's not go for that. So this is, even though like it tells you the BPM over here, so the beats per minute. This one's 84 BPM, so it's a lot slower than the rest of them, which means it's naturally going to feel like it fits a slower video, right? Which is a good thing, right? If you have a slower video, this could easily fit in there and make a very, very nice one. I like this too, so I'm gonna go ahead and add this in. And if you guys like a certain song, like for example, let's say I really like this one, I want more of it, you could check out the moods over here and you can filter them out based on this. So there's a lot of things you could do inside of Epidemic Sound. Let's check out this one. Too intense. All right, so Laid Back, that's enough. Let's go for Euphoric. Let's check those out. You could definitely use this. 140 BPM is a very fast pace. It's really good. Let's filter by most popular. I think I've heard this being used before. Alright, so these are a bit more intense. That's probably not something I will be using, so let's go for Elegant. Let's see what that sounds like. Nice. We could definitely be using something like this, so let's go ahead and add it in. Let's check this one out. Maybe not. Maybe not. Let's just add one more. Nah, too much. And keep in mind, the most popular ones don't have to be the good ones. Sometimes I've found least popular songs to be way better, okay? So honestly, just don't go by just most popular. Let's see, maybe we could just get one more. Yeah, let's go for this one. Why not, right? It's very simple. It's very nice and chill. Awesome. Then we're going to go ahead, just kind of choose the best songs from here. Excuse the slow Wi-Fi. All right. And that's kind of it for Happy. We're probably not going to be using Happy as much. We're definitely going to be using it way more than Sad, but we're definitely not going to be using it as much. Now, let's say you did use a soundtrack from Happy and you were like, all right, this one sounds amazing. Then all you have to do is go back into Epidemic Sound, find that, like search up the name, and just go to other moods, right? Let's say I want more songs like the one I downloaded first one, like this one. Right, let's say I really like this one. There's two things I could do. I can either get into like synth pop, J-pop, Happy, and Laid Back and just kind of filter out the better ones, or I could just go to the artist himself and I can just start listening to some of his songs and see what I could do. And I've done this a lot for my videos, and we've been able to collect a big library of good music that we like constantly use all the time. Now, let's go into our next one. So the next one we've got is modern. Now, for modern music, the best I can give you guys, the best kind of advice I found is either synthwave or documentary. And I'm going to show you guys both of them. So this is what documentary music sounds like. And I really like this. Stuff like this. Songs like this. I think both of these are really good. So I'm going to go ahead and download them either way just to help you guys build out your sound library as well. So let's go over to modern and let's download this one. Let's also download this one. I think this one's really, really solid inside of modern too. And let's see. Something like this. Let's go ahead and give this a shot. Yeah, documentary music can be really, really interesting. It can really fit a lot of videos. Quick side note, documentary music doesn't really give off, like, kind of turns the video in a direction of something surprising happening at the end, okay? For some reason, when you add it to videos, it's not like they can expect something. It's like they're kind of watching through to expect something at the end, which is why I really like to use it. That's obviously not what documentary music is like. But you can filter out documentary music by a lot of different ways. I've done most popular a lot, and I've found a lot of good ones. Let's check this one out. No. And you can notice there's a lot of different moods when it comes to documentary music. Like there's a lot of suspenseful, there's dark, there's like the one that we just downloaded over here. This one was restless and sentimental, right? Which means we can filter out by moods. Let's say I really like Melting Glass. I want more songs like it. I can go to here and I can go to restless. Let's see if we can find something else that's restless. That's pretty interesting. That sounds amazing. I I really like this. We could definitely download this. We could probably use it. Restless seems like a good one. So if I was you and I really like this kind of sound, I would just kind of go through these and find a bunch of one. And this one also has sentimental. So let's go ahead and give sentimental a try. Let's try sentimental. Let's check this out. No, probably not something I'd be using. That's something I would be using. So let's go ahead and add this song as well. And let's just do one more. Let's keep going down until we find something a bit more, I don't know, a bit more, what's the right word for this? It's called contemporary classical. So let's go ahead and go to contemporary classical, or even better, let's go to the artist himself, right? Let's go back. Let's go to, what's it called? Eden Avery. Let's go for it. Let's give this a shot. Nope. 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 Probably not as well. Yeah, I think Melting Glass might be the best one. No. Yeah, there's a lot of them which we probably won't use. Ooh, I'll definitely use this. So let's go ahead and download that. That sounds amazing. Yeah, notice how that sounds. That sounds contemporary, classical, and sentimental. And this could definitely be used in a video. Awesome. And with this being said, you guys notice we already filled out the sad soundtracks, happy soundtracks, and modern soundtracks. And you guys can do the rest. You guys can do the mysterious and motivational. If you guys want good motivational stuff, you can look up motivational. Oh, I promised you guys to go through synthwave, so let's go ahead and quickly go through that. So synthwave is also pretty interesting. Synthwave gives you a lot of interesting songs. Check this out. So you have a lot of different moods for synthwave. If you decided to go with mysterious synthwave, it also sounds very nice, like this. I've used this in older videos, and I think it's super interesting, and I really like these tracks. So I'm gonna go ahead and add some to mysterious with you guys real quick. So we'll do this very quickly, just not to take up too much of your time. Let's go ahead and add maybe 2 more from this. That could work for a slower paced video for sure. Why not? And let's do one more. I've got a bunch of them downloaded, so let's just go for this one. Let's try Between Moments. Synthwave is very nice for like modern videos too. Yeah, super nice. Awesome. Once again, if you guys really like these songs, you could just feel free to look up the name over here on Epidemic Sound and then just go for it, okay? And then, all right, let's do one last one. Let's go ahead and go for motivational and suspenseful. I'm only going to add 2 because I'm honestly not going to use this. So let's go for motivational. You could just look up motivation like this, or motivational. You could go for like these different genres. Even if you want to go for a motivational and inspiring theme, you could probably find a lot. If you want focused music, morning, confidence winning, talk speeches, whatever it is. So if I'm thinking of like talks, for example, let's take a look at this. I like this. This sounds pretty interesting. So let's go ahead and add this as a motivational song. I think it could work really nicely. And then let's give this one a shot. Let's give a few of them a shot until we find just one more and we're good. I'll tell you guys what the next steps are. Actually, let's go ahead and try and filter the other ones. Let's look for defocus. What do we have here? Not really. Not really. Not really. Not really. It's okay. This could have an interesting. Yeah, you know what? This could actually go pretty nicely. So let's go ahead and add this in as well. And with this being said, guys, there you go. Your sound library is basically built. And so how is this sound library going to be really useful for us? Well, the main way it's going to be useful for us is if I'm looking at music like this, right? At a video like this, and I'm like, a sample video. I wonder what kind of music I can use for this. I can at least set out a few different folders that could work really well here. So, for example, in this case, this is our music library over here. For this case, I would probably look at modern and I would probably look at mysterious. Like those two definitely feel like something that could work for this kind of video. So then what I would do, the next steps is I would add these folders into Premiere Pro and I would start my second step of the procedure, which is testing music, which is something that we're going to cover in the next course. So now that you guys have built out your sound and music library and you understand how to find good music tracks and how I personally do this, it's time to test music, which is exactly how you find not just good music tracks, the best track for the video which you are editing. So with this being said, let's dive into the next course where we're going to be testing tracks and finding the best one for this specific video. I'll see you guys there.